Hi, today we are going to learn how to pronounce the ed ending. First of all, we need to bear in mind that the ed ending is used for pasts, past participles and adjectives. And there are three different ways of pronouncing that ed ending. We can pronounce t, t, d, t, and id, it. In American English, they pronounce it with a schwa, it. Let's start with the T. When do we pronounce T? With voiceless sounds. When a verb or an adjective ends in a voiceless sound, then the ed ending will be pronounced as a T. Which ones are the voiceless sounds? These ones that you've got in here. P, t, k, ch, th, s, sh, f, h. How will you remember them? You just need to remember the words petaca, chofas, chefe, and the H. So, whenever you have a verb or an adjective ending in a voiceless sound, except T, then you need to pronounce T. For example, like. Like ends in K in pronunciation. So, the past will be liked. Dress ends in S in pronunciation. So, the past or past participle will be dressed. The same as with wash. Wash ends in sh. So, the past will be washed. Let's deal now with the D. When do we pronounce D? When the verb or adjective ends in a voiced sound. Which ones are the voiced sounds? Voiced sounds are all the rest of the consonants, all diphthongs, and all vowels. So whenever we have a voiced sound, except D, then we need to pronounce the D. For example, love ends in V. Therefore, the past will be loved. Clean ends in N. Therefore, the past will be cleaned. Smile ends in L in pronunciation. So, we need to pronounce smiled. So, let's brush up. We need to pronounce T with voiceless sounds except T. And the D is pronounced with voiced sounds except D. So, what do we pronounce when the verb or adjective ends in T or in D? In that case, we need to add a vowel in between. And we need to pronounce it. In American English, they will pronounce a schwa instead of the short I. Let's see some examples. Want ends in T, therefore the past will be wanted. Need ends in D, the past will be needed. Decide ends in D in pronunciation, and the past will be decided. We need to bear in mind that this rule is not only for past and past participle, it is also useful for adjectives. So, if we have the verb relax and we add the ed ending for adjectives, then we have relaxed, because relax ends in S. So, relaxed with a T. The verb bo ends in long O. So, the adjective will be bored with a D. Interest ends in T. So, the adjective will be interested, ending in id, it. We need to bear in mind that there are some exceptions. There are some adjectives that do not follow the rule. Whenever they are adjectives, they are pronounced with id. the id ending pronunciation. But when they work as verbs, then they follow the rule and they can be pronounced with t, d, or id. But if they are adjectives, then you need to pronounce it, id. Let's see an example. The first one can be pronounced aged with a d or aged. Aged if it's a verb. For example, he died aged 70. And it will be pronounced as aged when it is an adjective. For example, aged men are quite attractive. The same happens with the rest of the words. If they are adjectives, they do not follow the rule and they will be pronounced with id, it. Let's read it as adjectives. Aged, blessed, crooked, dogged, learned, naked, ragged, wicked, and wretched. If you learn these exceptions, you will know how to pronounce all ed endings. So, this is quite simple. Thank you very much.